It's time for spelling analysis. Are you ready? The first word is grumble. I hope we do not grumble at the idea of spelling grumble. Go ahead and say grumble. How many syllables in grumble? 2. We will say to spell grumble. What will we say to spell? Grumble. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is grum. G-r-a-m. The second syllable is bull. B-ul. Silent final E. Go ahead and write grumble. Sound it out as you write it. Great. Now help me to write it. The first syllable is grum. G-r-a-m. The second syllable is bull. B-ul. Silent final E. Why do we have a silent final E in grumble? You're right. Every syllable must have a vowel. Let's read it. G-r-a-m-b-ul. Grumble. Great. The next word is amazed. I am amazed by the moon tonight. Amazed. Go ahead and say amazed. How many syllables in amazed? 2. We will say to spell a-mazed. What will we say to spell? A-mazed. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is A. A. The second syllable is mazed. M-A-Z. This is a phonogram that only says Z, D. Edit. That's right. Amazed. Go ahead and write A-mazed. Sounding it out as you write it. A-mazed. Good. Help me to write it. The first syllable is A. A. The second syllable is mazed. M-A-Z-D. And how will we mark it? We'll put a line over the A. Why did it say it's long sound? A, E, O, U usually say their long sounds at the end of the syllable. And we'll underline the D. What sound of ed-t do you hear in amazed? That's right, the second. Let's read it. A-m-a-z-d. Amazed. Oh, you're right. There is a long A sound here too. And do you know why it says it's long A sound? Well, the root is amaze, like this. And here the vowel says it's long sound because of the E. And then we added the past tense ending edit, and it begins with a vowel. So this is a vowel suffix. So and word ends in a silent final E, and we're adding a vowel suffix, we will drop the E to make the word. So there you go. We get amazed. The next word is square. Draw a square on the paper. Square. Go ahead and say square. All right, let's sound it out. S-qua-a-er. Silent final E. Go ahead and write square. Sound it out as you write it. Great, and help me to write it. S-qua-a-er. Silent final E. All right, how will we mark it? We'll underline the qua. We'll put a line over the A. And why do we have a silent final E in square? The vowel said it's long sound because of the E. Let's read it. Square. Square. By the way, when I was your age, I was really confused by this word. Do you know why? I didn't know why there was a U there. But why is there a U? Q always needs a U. U is not a vowel here. The phonogram is qua, Q-U. Let's read it again. Square. Square. Great work. The next word is island. The cabin is out on an island. Go ahead and say island. How many syllables in island? 2. We will say to spell, now listen very carefully, I-sland. What will we say to spell? I-sland. I know, it's weird. Let's go ahead and sound it out together. The first syllable is I. Use an I-E-ya. The second syllable is sland. S. Use a S. O-A-N-D. Go ahead and write I-sland. Good. And help me to write it. The first syllable is I. The second syllable is slant. S-L-A-N-D. And how will we mark it? Well, first of all, we'll put a line over the I. And why did it say it's long sound? I and O may say I and O. That's the wrong rule, isn't it? I and Y may say I or I at the end of the syllable. Now, we have a silent S here, and you can double underline it to show it's silent. And this is an exception. In fact, in Old English, many years ago, it used to be written without the S. It used to be written I land. And then that S was added because of this French word, aisle. And in French, this is how aisle is spelled. And you'll notice it has an S in it. So to keep these looking in relationship, because they both, an isle is a little island, they added an S to island. So that's kind of interesting, isn't it? How morphology, they chose to add an S, a silent S, to keep the meaning linked. All right, the next word is view. What a beautiful view. Go ahead and say view. All right, let's sound it out. V, ya. Use a ya, I, E. You. Or ooh. Sorry, let's do that again. View. Ooh. So v, ya. Use a I, E, ya. Ooh. Use an ooh, you. Do you got it? And once again, this is an I, E, ya to spell the v, ya, ooh. You've got it. Good, and help me to write it. V, ya, ooh. V, ya, ooh, view. What sound of I, E, ya do you hear? The fourth, that's right. And then we'll underline the ooh. And what sound of ooh, you is this? It's the first. Let's read it. V, ya, ooh, view. Excellent. The next word is fancy. That is a fancy dress. Go ahead and say fancy. How many syllables in fancy? 2. We will say to spell fan-cy. What will we say to spell? Fan-cy. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is fan. F-a-n. The second syllable is see. S. Use a k, s, e. That's right. It's a ya, I, e. Go ahead and write fan-cy. Good. And help me to write it. The first syllable is fan. F-a-n. The second syllable is see. S-e. Okay, what sound of k, s do you hear? The second. And why did it say it soft sounds? C always softens to s before an E, I, or Y. There it is. And what sound of Y are we hearing? Ya, I, E, the fourth. Let's read it. F-a-n-c-e, fancy. The next word is stadium. The stadium is filled with fans. Stadium. Go ahead and say stadium. How many syllables in stadium? 3. That's right. So we will say to spell stay-di-um. What will we say to spell? Stay-di-um. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is stay. S-t-a. The second syllable is d. D-e. Use an I-I-E, ya. The third syllable is Go ahead and write stay-di-um. Once again, sound it out as you write it. Stay-di-um. Good. Now help me to write it. The first syllable is stay. S-t-a. The second syllable is d. D-e. The third syllable is Good. And how will we mark it? We'll put a line over the A. Why did it say it's long sound? A, E, O, U usually say their long sounds at the end of a syllable. And here, what sound of I, E, ya do you hear in stadium? That's right, it's the third sound, the long E sound. And it'll say it's long sound, though it's long E sound, in the same places it might say it's long I sound. So at the end of the syllable with a silent final E, so those same places. Let's read it. A-D-E-A-M. Stadium. Excellent. The last word is statue. There is a large statue in the courtyard. Statue. Go ahead and say statue. How many syllables in statue? Two. We will say to spell stat. Actually, we will say to spell stat you. What will we say to spell? Stat you. All right, let's sound it out. The first syllable is stat. St, at. The second syllable is you. You, silent final E. Go ahead and write stat you, sounding it out as you write it. Stat you. And help me to write it. The first syllable is stat. St, at. The second syllable is you. You, silent final E. All right, how do we mark it? We'll put a line over the U, and why did it say it's long sound? Well, without the E, it'd be at the end of the syllable, and then we have a silent final E. Why? English words do not end in V or U, therefore add an E. Now let's read it. St-at-you, statue. Now, if you say statue, that's kind of tricky, isn't it? Very quickly, what does it turn into? Statue, statue. It turns into a ch, statue. Yeah. And so that is, once again, assimilation, a sound t becoming more like you by moving further back in your mouth, statue. Good. Great work today. I hope this helps you to understand these words.
Combining the science of reading with the joy of learning. Learn more at foundations.logicofenglish.com.